Here on the bench, we've got a Mousin around both MPU and soundboard here. So MPU had a little bit of leakage from the alkaline batteries that were on the board at some point, so that's been properly abated. And I've also added a socket here for U41. Replaced the sockets for both of the 6802s. All four of the ROM sockets have been replaced, as well as installed NV RAM here on the board. So here in the sound section, we've got two 10 UF capacitors that I've replaced, as well as the three 100 UF power input filters, and I believe it's a 22 UF here in the reset. We've got a new power input header here on the board, and trying to think if we had any other issues here, which I'm not recalling. But here on the soundboard, we have replaced I believe that's a 6809. Replaced the socket here for the CPU, as well as both of the ROMs. We had a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 10 UF capacitors, three 100 UF, and then two 1000 UF, and then two 470 UF capacitors there on the soundboard. And so we've got this thing already booted, got the lamp matrix dancing, and we've got the AC relay select trying to do something here on the board, which will go out once we get into test there. So we're just getting some errors there since we're not inside of a pinball machine. We're obviously not going to have certain features turning on or turning off that should be, but here is the sound test. So this all comes off the soundboard. Display test. And I'm just going to turn the overhead lamp off because I already know it's going to start flickering with that on. The full display test. And all of the sounds working. And here are all the lamps, and then single lamps, which that's not actually ghosting. That is just an effect there from the LED block that's on the board. It's moving on into the solenoids, so testing both E side and C side here, which the red LED indicates the E side and the blue LED indicating the C side there of each coil. Special solenoids, and these are also switch controlled and all working correctly. And we'll go into switch edges and just move through the switch matrix diagonally, testing both rows and columns here, and all 64 switches are reporting. Obviously the AC relay select is working correctly, and since we're not in a game, we're not going to get any sort of benefit from testing the motor or anything like that. That would have to be done inside of the cabinet itself. But other than that, everything is 100% working there, and I will go ahead and get the power supply here on the bench. And here's the power supply. So let's see, I believe it was the negative high voltage on this one was completely missing. So what we've done is we've replaced, let's see, ZR4 and also R4 and R1 for both resistors. R4 was the one that was burnt out, and so I just went ahead and replaced R1 as well. And to note, or I'm sorry, we also had a MJE 15031 that was replaced. Both of the fuses were actually the wrong value there. So those have been swapped out for the correct value, which is a 1/8 amp slow blow. And so let's go ahead and grab the voltages here. Sorry if I can grab them without shorting pins, and to where you can view the multimeter here as well. So there's the positive high voltage, and then the negative high voltage that we were missing here. And go ahead and test the negative 12. And then also the 12 volts. And then we've got 5 volts here as well. And so there's everything on board 100%. Thank you so much.